My name is Abigail Harper, and at 24, I never expected my college graduation day to turn into the sweetest revenge, standing next to my sister. Sophia, in our matching caps and gowns, should have been a moment of pure joy. But years of unfair treatment had led me to this point, where the sting of betrayal fueled something deeper, a quiet triumph I could taste. I still hear their cold words ringing in my ears. She deserved it, but you did not. The memory of that night, when my parents chose to invest only in Sophia, still cuts like a knife. Before I tell you what made their faces go pale as ghosts at our graduation, let me ask you this. Where are you listening from? Drop it in the comments below, and if you have ever had to fight twice as hard for something handed to someone else, hit that like button now. Subscribe too. I would love to hear your stories. I grew up in a middle-class family in suburban Michigan, in a 2-story house with a white picket fence that looked perfect from the street. Family photos lined the walls, all forced smiles masking a tangled truth. My parents, James and Catherine Harper, had steady jobs, Dad as an accountant, Mom as a high school English teacher. We were not rich, but we were comfortable. Money worries were not supposed to shadow my future. Sophia, 2 years younger than me, always seemed to shine brighter in their eyes. Her golden curls, straight A report cards, and easy charm fit their idea of success. From the start, it was obvious. Sophia was the star, and I was the extra. I remember Christmas mornings as a kid, Sophia tearing into the latest gadgets or dolls while I unwrapped socks or cheap craft kits from the discount store. Sophia needs more support for her gifts, Mom would say when I asked why. At 8, I saw the unfairness clear as day, but I swallowed it down, learning to keep quiet. School only made it worse. For Sophia's science fairs, Mom and Dad would take the day off, building her flashy projects together. My art shows. I was lucky if Mom popped in for 15 minutes on her lunch break. "Art's just a hobby, Abigail," Dad would say, brushing it off. "It will not get you far." The only one who really saw me was my grandmother, Beatrice. Summers at her lake house were my escape. She would sit with me for hours while I sketched the water and trees. "You see the world in a special way, Abigail," she would tell me. "Do not let anyone dim that spark." Those days with Grandma Beatrice were my lifeline. In her little library, I found books about entrepreneurs and leaders who beat the odds. Dreams started forming dreams of proving myself with achievements my parents could not ignore. By high school, I had built a tough shell. I joined every business club, aced math and economics, and found I had a knack for it that even my best teachers did not expect. Sophomore year, I won a regional business plan contest. My economics teacher, Mr. Sullivan, called my parents to brag about it. "That's nice," Mom said when she hung up. "Did you help Sophia with her history project? It's due tomorrow." Junior year. I started working at a coffee shop after school, saving every penny because I knew I would need it later. I kept a 4.0 GPA, even with 20 hours of work a week. Meanwhile, Sophia joined the debate team, shining as always. Mom and Dad went to every match, throwing big dinners to celebrate her wins. Senior year rolled around, and Sophia and I both applied to colleges. She had skipped a grade, so we were in the same class despite the age gap. We both aimed for Westfield University top-notch for business and political science. When acceptance letters came, I could barely hold the envelope. My hands shook so bad. I got in. I shouted at dinner, grinning ear to ear. Full ride to the business program. Dad barely looked up from his phone. "That's nice. Abigail." Then Sophia burst in, waving her letter. "I got into political science at Westfield," she yelled. Instantly, Dad was out of his chair, Mom hugging her tight. Dinner turned into a party sparkling cider for us. Champagne for them. "We knew you could do it," Mom said to Sophia, like my news had not happened minutes before. 2 weeks later, Everything changed. We were at a rare family dinner, phones off for once. "We need to talk college plans," Dad said, hands folded on the table, eyes locked on Sophia. "We have saved for your education since you were little. Westfield's tuition is high, but we will cover it so you can focus on your studies." Sophia glowed with pride. I waited, figuring they had saved for me too. The silence dragged on until I could not take it. "What about my tuition?" I asked, voice small. The air got heavy. My parents traded looks. "Abigail," Dad said slow, "we only have enough for one. Sophia's shown more promise. Her education will pay off better." Mom patted my hand like that softened it. "You have always been independent. You can get loans or start at community college." Then came the words that stuck. "She deserved it, but you did not." I stared at them, the betrayal sinking in. All those years of being pushed aside had not prepared me for this. Something broke inside me that night. The last thread tying me to them snapped. After that dinner, I shut myself in my room and let the tears come. 17 years of chasing their approval. And it ended like this. My perfect grades. My contest wins. My Westfield acceptance, they saw nothing. I was never enough. Morning came, and I faced them in the kitchen, eyes puffy but steady. "How could you save for Sophia and not me?" I asked, voice cracking. Mom stirred her coffee with a sigh. "It's not simple. Abigail, we had to choose with what we had. I have better grades," I shot back. "I have worked part-time for 2 years and kept a 4.0. How's that not dedication?" Dad snapped his newspaper shut. "Sophia's focused on school. You are all over the place with that job and your clubs. Her path's clear. Your business stuff is a gamble." "You never asked about my plans," I whispered. Mom cut in. "We will help with loan forms. Lots of kids pay their own way." That was it. They had decided I was less deserving, less worthy. That weekend, I drove 2 hours to Grandma Beatrice's house, needing the only real support I had. I spilled everything, and she held my hands, listening. "My sweet girl," she said, wiping my tears. "Sometimes the worst hurts push us the farthest. They are wrong about you, so wrong, but you have got grit they cannot see." She could not give money. Her pension barely kept her afloat, but she gave me faith in myself. "Promise me you will go to Westfield," she said, fierce. "Do not let them hold you back." That night, I decided. I would go, pay my own way, and graduate no matter what. Next morning, I dove into scholarships, grants, work-study options, and loans. For weeks, I filled out forms nonstop. My counselor, Mrs. Patel, stayed late to guide me through it all. "You are one of the most driven students I have seen," she said as we sent off my 25th application. I got some small scholarships, but not enough for Westfield's tuition. With federal loans and private ones Grandma Beatrice co-signed, I scraped together funds for year 1. Housing was next. Sophia got the fancy dorms, paid by Mom and Dad. I found a cheap apartment 45 minutes off campus with 3 strangers from a school forum. I applied for every job nearby, landing a coffee shop gig near classes and weekend shifts at a bookstore. Our move in prep could not have been more different. Mom and Dad took Sophia shopping new clothes, a laptop, dorm stuff. They hired movers and threw her a big send-off party. I packed in used suitcases and grocery store boxes. The night before I left, Mom handed me old sheets, the only sign she noticed I was going too. Move-in day. They drove Sophia in the SUV, her stuff packed tight. I trailed in my beat-up Honda, leaking coolant and creaking when I braked. No one checked it for my 2-hour trip. At campus, they went to her dorm. I kept driving to my place alone. "Good luck, Abigail," Mom called. "Hope it works out." Her doubt just lit a fire in me. This would not just work. It would be a win. My apartment was rough, peeling paint, bad plumbing, strangers for roommates. That first night, on a thin mattress with traffic noise and yelling next door, I felt crushed. Could I handle 30 hours of work and a full course load? Would money stress ruin my grades? Right when I was thinking, my phone buzzed. Grandma Beatrice texted, "Remember, my brave girl. Diamonds form under pressure. You are already shining." I wiped my face, grabbed a notebook, and mapped out every hour of my week. Sleep would be rare, friends non-existent, but my future was not slipping away. That first week, I lived at the financial aid office. Ms. Carter, the assistant director, heard my story and took me under her wing. "This is a big load," she said, serious. "But I have seen kids like you make it. Come to me if it gets too much." Her words saved me later. The day before classes, Mrs. Patel called. She had rallied the high school business teachers to give me a $1,000 scholarship. "It's small," she said, "but we all chipped in. We believe in you." That kindness hit hard. Adding it to my budget, I felt my resolve lock in. Freshman year slammed me like a storm. While others partied and figured out college, I juggled 30 work hours and business classes. Up at 5 for 2 hours of study, then the coffee shop, classes, bookstore, home after midnight. Sleep was a dream I chased but rarely caught. I read on the bus, wrote papers at lunch, listened to lectures while scrubbing espresso machines. Every second was planned, every dollar stretched. Sophia's life was the opposite sorority parties. Study abroad talks, weekends home with mom's cooking. I was counting pennies for books or food. But something clicked. My business classes were not just doable. I was killing it. Years of scraping by had taught me more than my classmates knew. They fumbled with accounting. I lived it managing my loans. Second month in, Professor Langley stopped me after class. "Ms. Harper, your take on that case study was sharp, especially the family business angle. You have got real depth." My struggles were paying off. Exhaustion faded behind pride. Then came Mia, my roommate. She saw me running on fumes and started leaving meals labeled with my name in the fridge. One night, I dragged in, dead tired, and she was up. "You cannot keep this up," she said, handing me tea. "You will crash before midterms." I told her everything, and she got mad for me. "That's not right," she said. "I am your family here now." Mia became my rock, editing my essays, making flashcards, guarding my study time. When she caught me skipping meals, she cooked for us both, taking no money, just help with her homework. "Family looks out for each other," she said. "The family you pick can mean more than the one you are born into." Sophomore year. Trouble hit. The coffee shop cut hours, slashing my pay by 40%. My budget fell apart. Rent and tuition loomed, and I panicked. I booked an emergency meeting with Ms. Carter. She reviewed my numbers and stepped up. "Your grades qualify you for a grant," she said, "and Professor Langley wants you as a research assistant. It pays better and looks good." That job changed everything. I worked with Professor Langley on small business survival studies. The hours fit my classes, and the work sparked me. She got curious about me. "Ever thought of starting something?" she asked one day, poring over data. "You get how limits force creativity." An old idea started growing. I used my marketing class skills to launch a virtual assistant service for local businesses. Late nights, I built a website and packages based on Professor Langley's research. By junior year, it made enough to ditch the bookstore. I kept the research gig for her guidance. With that, my business, and loans, I was steady barely. Confidence grew, too. In strategy class, I spoke up, sharing real-world lessons. Professors noticed, classmates asked for tips. I was not invisible anymore. Sophia and I stayed polite but far apart. She invited me to campus stuff I skipped for work. We never dug into our different worlds, keeping talk light, like always. Mom and Dad called her weekly, me only on holidays. One Thanksgiving. I could not afford the trip home. Mom texted, "Miss you at dinner, but we know you are busy." The dots said it all, they did not care. Still, my grades shone. Dean's list every term. Awards. A conference presentation. Each win pushed me to prove my way was worth it, maybe more than Sophia's. By junior year's end, my service turned into a digital marketing agency, serving clients statewide. I hired 2 classmates part-time, blending class theory with real growth. It covered my costs and let me pay off small loans early. Professor Langley nominated me for the Entrepreneurial Excellence Scholarship full senior year tuition. "You earned this," she said when I won. "You are what this school's about." The money pressure eased. That future I saw in Grandma Beatrice's books was real now. I did not know it, but my story was buzzing in the business department, setting up something big for graduation. Senior year came fast, with a momentum I could not have dreamed of back then. My agency had 15 clients and 4 student workers. A local magazine featured it, boosting my name beyond campus. I was a top student too. In October, Professor Langley slid a brochure over. National Collegiate Business Innovation Competition. $50,000 and exposure. Your rural business focus could win. With her help, I polished my plan and pitch, hitting the final round in April, a month before graduation. Meanwhile, Sophia hit a wall. Her political science thesis showed she was not ready for real work after years of coasting. One November night, she showed up at my door, crying, laptop and papers in hand. "I am failing my thesis," she blurted. 3 weeks to fix it, or I do not graduate." Part of me thought it served her right, but another part saw a chance to move past old hurt. "Come in," I said. "Let's see." We started studying together. My hard-earned skills research. Focus helped her rebuild it. And we talked, really talked. "How do you do it?" she asked one night. "Business, grades, everything." I laid out my grind 60-hour weeks, no sleep, no life. Her face fell. "I did not know," she said. "Mom and Dad said you were fine." "Fine's relative," I told her. "Would telling you have changed anything?" It shifted us. She started saying no to their gifts, wanting to stand on her own. By January, we were close, her thesis saved, her eyes open. My project caught the dean's eye. In February, Dean Marshall called me in. "Your path here's incredible," she said. "Self-funded, a business, top grades, we want to showcase you." They picked 1 student yearly to speak at graduation. "We want you for the business school," she said. Speaking there, in front of my parents and everyone, felt like my finish line. I said yes fast. Dean Marshall hinted at more, but kept it secret. April came, and I nailed the competition. My pitch turned my struggles into strengths. Winning felt bigger than the prize, it was proof. The school paper splashed it on the front page. I sent it to Grandma Beatrice, who called, crying. "I knew you were special. Now they all do." Mom and Dad said nothing. Typical. 2 weeks before graduation, they came to help Sophia, renting a big house for family and planning a party. I got a half-hearted invite. "We figured you were busy," Mom said about skipping me for the pre-graduation dinner. It hurt less now, my value was not theirs to give. Grandma Beatrice arrived with a gift, a stole embroidered with, "Diamonds are made under pressure." "Wear it proud," she said. "You earned it." At rehearsal, Dean Marshall grinned. "Be ready for a long intro tomorrow," she said, winking. Some surprises wait. That night, family dinner was at a fancy restaurant. Mom and Dad bragged about Sophia. Uncle Daniel cut in. "What about Abigail? She won that competition." Dad waved it off. "Oh, she's got her little projects." Sophia looked uneasy. Grandma Beatrice cornered them after, and I saw Dad's arms flail. She was not letting it slide. Back home, I felt peace. Tomorrow was mine, family or not. Graduation morning was bright. I woke early, buzzing. My phone pinged. Sophia. Morning, grad. Proud to walk with you. Our bond had grown real. I dressed in my new outfit, pinned on Grandma's stole, and felt the weight of it all. 4 years ago, they said I was not worth it. Today, I had honors, a business, recognition. Mia drove me to campus. No buses today, boss, she teased, proud. The place hummed families everywhere, grads in robes. Sophia ran up, hugging me. We made it, she said, adjusting my cap. I barely did. You took over. Our own ways, I said. Dean Marshall pulled me aside. After degrees, you speak first, then some extras. Be ready to shine. We marched in, music swelling. I saw Mom and Dad up front, Dad in his suit, Mom in a loud dress watching Sophia, Grandma Beatrice, in blue, locked eyes with me, nodding. Speeches droned on. I ran my words in my head. Then, degrees, we walked to the stage. Grandma whistled for me. Sophia gave a thumbs up. After, President Grayson spoke. Now, special recognitions. First, Abigail Harper, business school, for the student address. I stepped up, seeing Mom and Dad's confusion. 4 years ago, I started. I came to Westfield with determination and a belief education is earned. Today, I stand here after 30 hours a week of work, a business that hires students, and highest honors. I spoke of strength from struggle, proving doubters wrong, finding my own success. Westfield taught me limits from others do not have to be mine. The crowd clapped hard. President Grayson returned. Now, recognitions. The business faculty named Abigail Harper valedictorian Perfect 4.0 with a 6-figure business. People murmured. She also won the National Collegiate Business Innovation Competition, elevating our program. Applause grew, and she did it all self-funded, with no family help working jobs, building her empire. The room buzzed. She's joining Alexander Global Consulting, and next month, she's the cover of Business Innovation magazine. A standing ovation roared. I saw Mom and Dad pale, realizing everyone knew they had bet against me. Sophia clapped, crying. Grandma Beatrice beamed. One more, Grayson said. The Abigail Harper Resilience Scholarship will aid students who overcome odds in her honor. It was done. My name would lift others. Sophia grabbed my hand as I sat. They were so wrong, she whispered. After, Mom and Dad stood stiff. Dad tried cheer. Quite a shock. Abigail, you kept this quiet. I was always this, I said, cool. You did not look. Sophia stepped up. Everyone's talking about her amazing with no help. Mom winced. Uncle Daniel watched, sharp. Let's talk at home, Dad said. Tense. I have a party with my team, I replied. They are my real family here. Grandma Beatrice took my arm. I am with her to meet the ones who saw her. Mom faltered. We are proud, she said soft. Thanks, I said. But I do not need it. Today's mine. Sophia joined us, leaving them alone, their story about us shattered. The business school party was warm punch, food, banners. Sophia gaped. This feels real, she said. It was home, I told her. Mia hugged me. Met them. The grandma and the sister who got it late. She teased. Dean Marshall brought champagne. Our star, she said. Jennifer Alexander, from my new job, came over. Your pitch was unreal. Welcome aboard. Thrilled, I said. Sophia's jaw dropped. Alexander Global. That's huge. More than Dad makes, she mused. Professor Langley gave me the Entrepreneurship Award, tearing up. I showed Grandma Beatrice my people each shared how I stood out. They love you, Sophia said, awed. Mom texted mid-party. Dinner at 6. Celebrate both of you. Grandma Beatrice scoffed. Late for Pride now. Sophia wavered. They are trying. We will see, I said. Later, Professor Langley needed a photo for the magazine. Family here. Grandma and Sophia, I said. Parents are not? The ones who count, she said. We posed Grandma Beatrice between us. Stole shining. Dean Marshall slipped me an MBA card, full ride possible. Should we go? I asked in Mia's car. Your call, Grandma said. Maybe show them who you are for you. Sophia grinned. Uncle Daniel will dig in. We went. Family hushed as we walked in, then cheered. Mom was shaky. You came. Dad boomed. My daughters. Fake as ever. Why not tell us about the job? You never asked, I said. Uncle Daniel jumped in. You ignored her for years. James. Dad bristled. We supported them. Money-wise, Aunt Claire asked. She did it alone. Tough calls, Mom said. Forced, not chosen. Grandma Beatrice snapped. Sophia spoke. You picked me, not her. You were wrong. Mom teared up. We did not mean. Results beat intent, I said. Dad tried control. No dirty laundry now. We are here for Abigail's wins solo, Aunt Claire said. Dinner was tense. Family asked about my work. Mom and Dad squirmed. Their old power faded. The lesser kid had outdone them. Relatives left with congrats and offers. Dad tried last. We will help with your apartment deposit. Once, I would have jumped. Now, no need, I said. 90,000 a year, plus bonuses. I am set. His face fell. My pay topped his. You are capable, he muttered. Always was, I said. Sophia pitched a trip with Grandma Beatrice. Just us who matter. Tears hit me. Yes! Leaving them in that doorway, I felt free. Their approval did not make me Grandma Beatrice. Sophia, Mia, my mentors, they did. Weeks later, I moved near work, my business thriving under my team. The magazine ran my story freshman to star. I sent it to my supporters. Mom and Dad met me for lunch. Awkward but trying. We misjudged, Dad said. Yes, I said. I am open to something new if it's real. We favored Sophia, Mom admitted. We hurt you. Sorry. It was a start. Summer. I started at Alexander Global. Stayed tight with Sophia and Grandma Beatrice. Sophia worked at a nonprofit. Eyes open to fairness now. Our paths were so different, she said over dinner. Her growth warmed me. Fall brought a bonus security at last. Grandma Beatrice gave me her bracelet at the lake house. Your worth's inside, she said. You are more for it. A year post-graduation. I funded a scholarship for fighters like me. The first winter echoed my past now with help I never had. Mom and Dad came, saw pride in me, real this time. You turned pain to purpose. Mom said. It meant something, but I knew my worth without it. Sophia asked on a hike. Will you forgive them? It's not one choice, I said. I will not forget, but I can move past it. They missed you most, she said. Looking out, I saw it. Their doubt never defined me. I was always enough. Being underestimated built me resilience they could not see. My win was not just beating them, but knowing my value, always there. Have you been underestimated by someone who should have seen you? How did you prove yourself to them or to you? Share below. Like, subscribe if this hit home. Sometimes, the ones who doubt you push you farthest, not for their nod, but to fly past their small sights. Thanks for hearing my story. I hope it shows you your own worth, no matter who misses it.